Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night stream. Let's smash some stuff. No, we're not smashing anything. So, want to be working on start putting together a bit of an animation. So I was doing some testing here. Somehow. This was part of the Punisher's challenge. Cool. That doesn't exist anymore. And so I started putting this together. But I kind of want to just start working on something else right now. And might come back to it a little bit later. But for now, let's go fresh. This is the final ship from Sunday night's live stream. I think it looks delicious. This here looks great. All these grungy bits. I did try and put a little bit of grunge on the front. Still there. Oh, that's fine. Oh, no, this is an old file. So I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. So now it's all going to be about animating it. Vertex Bird, welcome. Built my own little decal that I could slap on there. So OXI, I can't remember the branding. Decal design, let me just quickly remember. When it loads, please. Oxide Interstellar. What a name. Oxide Interstellar. That sounds like a good industrial ship, you know, strong like ox. Oxide. So, let's create some sort of animation. So, file, import, new. Whoop, let's go new. Perfect. Crack it open. Let's go full screen. That's the one. Select everything, delete. Let's go file, save as, and we will bump this out into 134 space animation. Copy that into here, Control V, save as. So we've got three main ships that we're going to be bringing in. So file, we're going to link our short range fighter. So that's the fighter we're linking. There's no pilot in this one. So we might come back and throw in a pilot a little bit later. But without... Oh, we're an Eevee. Get stuffed, Eevee. Without doing much... 128. Let's just go with that for now. And then I'm just going to throw in a sky texture. Yeah, leave it as a sky texture for now. So straight away, off the bat, looking delicious. So let's go ahead and work with this, build upon it, and we'll go from there. How is everyone's Tuesday evening or morning, wherever you are? It's a little bit weird, a little bit different, but we're going to go with this. Next thing I need to do is we need to bring in our other files. So 131 medium frigate. So if we open this up, and obviously this one here, I swear, today or tomorrow, I will put it up on Patreon so all you guys can download it and play with it. So we've been working on this one. This one here, I will just rebrand. I would just want to put a different decal over the top. And then once that's done, she'll be all right. So I just want to check anything else. There's a cannon in there and simple decals. I'm going to click and drag them into the collection. Cube. What's the cube? That's the interior of the ship. I'll click and drag that into collection. And this one is going to be 131 mid frigate. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go quit on that one. And now we'll go file, we're linking. So it's going to reference the previous files rather than having everything sit in the one blend file. So technically what we could even do is just bring in a cube and use that cube as a proxy. That way we can just focus on the animation part and then kind of expand on that. So G, Shift Z. So we've got kind of like our two ships here. These two are probably going to be part of the same crew, I guess. But we want to bring in some other ones. And so obviously this is all stuff that we have seen before. Medium frigate, dreadnought. I think we want the dreadnought, because the dreadnought one is one that we built on the Sunday night stream. Finally catching. Webbo, welcome. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, buddy. What are you working on at the moment? I see you posting cool stuff on Instagram. So this is this ship now. Oh, it's actually got a nice texture on it. Okay, let's go main hero ship. Right click, selected objects. Okay. I'm just having a look. Why is this all here? All right, let's come in. Selected objects. Oh, that's that one, main hero ship. Oh, okay. Delete hierarchy. We want to get rid of that one. This one here is our 126 dreadnought. Control S to save. Clear that now. Then from here, let's bring in that ship, link. And we'll go down into the dreadnought. The dreadnought. 126 dreadnought. More dragon stuff at the moment, but I'll do some more with you. Absolutely go nuts. So this is our dreadnought. Don't like the color as much here. It's a little bit too white. And as well, I never actually did the bottom half. So that's something we can come back to. But because I'm linking the file, when I go back and edit the original file, all that information... Okay, Night Cow, welcome. What am I meant to do with that information? Once we edit in the original file, all that will transfer across into these files. But we've got our 3 main ships. I wouldn't mind one more. And something that fits along this pattern. I don't like this color. This is weird. Why is that a nice color and this isn't? I don't know. Future Marco problem. But we've got our giant ships, which is most important. The dog. Okay, right. Far out. Right, I got cameras in here now. So as you can see, as I've imported these, we've actually imported our cameras. Idiot. Let's go ahead and open up our medium frigate, and we're just going to get rid of that camera, just because I don't need extra cameras in the scene. I just want to be able to focus on these ships. Okay, where are you? There you are. Delete, and also you're a son. Delete. Anything else in here? Control S to save. We're all good. Edit preferences. Let's go into open. Oh my goodness. 126. Dreadnought. There we go. And so this is why when I'm importing these, I've actually put in the number so I know. So I know which file to reference back. So I just wanted to quickly change this one. Markham Spaceship 3D. No, go 1. You too, go 1. Hide and hide. So that's all good. Control S to save. Then I can close that. Then save, file, edit prep, open recent, reopen it. And we should see the sun lamp is gone, the cameras are gone, and we are now cooking with gas. Perfect. I like it. On a Tuesday. Nice. I can watch while I work and done in 15 minutes as well. Awesome. Ah, right. That's the wrong material. Anyway, future market problem. So this one here is my idea for in the web series was going to be kind of like the main Star Destroyer, even though it's not that big. Mike, welcome. Even though it's not that big, it's still meant to be the main Star Destroyer. And then here we've got kind of like our Carillion ships, Carillion corvettes, and then we've got our fighters. So this is where I need to create probably another fighter. Maybe we might do that on Sunday night stream. They are mimicking a lot to us. Or maybe I might just use Techno Weave's Kitbashing set and smash something out. I think that might even be the best bet. Yeah, I think we get more bang for our buck with that. So, plan is... someone stole one of my Star Wars videos. On YouTube, I think I've got 4,000 views on it. On TikTok, it's got 186,000. I'm so peaking about that. Oh! Anyway. All right. So I do like the teleport in. And we did the one where with the Star Wars one, it comes in from above because obviously we're in 3 dimensions. How do I do bloom without post? I don't know if you can. You can do it in the compositor. Are you happy with the compositor? Come on, let's see some animation. All right, let's see some animation. Okay. So, 60 frames a second, because whenever I'm recording a video, I'm always recording in 60 frames a second. So obviously now I'm increasing my... TikTok is bad for it. I'm increasing the amount of render time, but I'm okay with that. I do need to work out how to get the second computer to render the same file at the same time. So, this is what we're going to do. We are going to do... do we go a 20-second animation? And I mean, we can swap cameras in between, so on and so forth. Do we go... compositor? Yeah. I got plenty of tutorials on it, so I can actually show you. Oh, and also discovered the chromatic aberration stuff. I'll post that short after this, so that we will hopefully promote that one and hopefully get some traction on something. Anyway, I want this to be going just one way, so let's go from here, I, and then 1200, GY, just about here, I. Come down into the bottom, so I'm down here, press T, because at the moment it'll start off slow, speed up, and then slow down again. I don't want that. I'm going to press T, and we're going to go to linear, and so it's going to have kind of like this constant speed coming through. That seems a bit fast. Scale 2. So now it's half the speed. Oh, it's got an animation on it. It's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's go back and fix that up before I forget. Into the Dreadnought file. And once again, because I've linked everything, we're using that. And I'm going to save the hangar bay animation as a NLA, which is kind of something we can use a little bit later. Non-linear animation. Let's go into the action editor. No. Let's go. I am going to push these down. And then I'm rusty on this. Cube action 62. Can I rename it? Right click, rename. Door 1, rename. Door 2, rename, door 1, and then let's go rename door 3. I need to now star that so it doesn't disappear. So if I click on that, we click on the shield, and then I close it. Open up this one, click on the shield, close it, and then we do this one as well. Click on the shield, and then close it. So now that animation is saved to the blend file, and I can delete these, and it'll now no longer open the doors. Perfect. Control S, save, close. I'm pretty sure we should be able to import those NLA animations, and then it'll fix all that up. Make a copy of the strips after the first key. Yes. All right, so we've got that. That does seem to be moving pretty fast. Thing is, we are coming from above, so let's go ahead and go curve, Bezier. And actually, I don't like the Bezier curve. I always prefer a NURBS curve for doing paths, just because I find that it's a lot gentler on the skin. So we want this to become franging in super fast. And then I'm just going to draw a path around it. Okay, so let's just click on N. I just want to increase my view distance, 10,000, so I can see the whole path. From here, actually, we will move this across, GY, 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 GY. Probably could have just used proportional editing for that, which is fine. Ooh, E, ooh, ah. And then from here, I can now select my little ship. Constraints, there we go. Object constraints, follow path, NURBS curve 1, animate, follow curve, animate path, come back into the NURBS curve. Hang on, I'll look at chat in a sec, and we're going to go, let's go 1400 frames, and then we can go select our little shipperoonie who's flying backwards. Rotate ZZ 180. Do. And then we can see that. Wow. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Mark, I'm so good to see you. Thank you, Mr. Mark. So good to see you as well. Leo, welcome to the stream. Look at you guys. I've not ever used the NLA to its capacity. Same. I'll probably start using it a bit more, especially with animations around, you know, like the engines opening or closing, stuff like that. Things like setting to Unity, Unreal, absolutely. What? And then we've got a little shipperoonie doing an attack run. There we go. Which is kind of what I was thinking. So it's going to come down. Pew, 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 pew. Spin around. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Rotate YY. YY, Delilah. And then I'm going to... Yes. Okay. Perfect. I like that. So from here, I. And then we're going to go back about 20 frames. GYY. GYY. 5,000. I. And so what I'm hoping is we've got this as it comes in. Doof. Yeah, perfect. I'm happy with that. And then we will as well duplicate this guy. He can come a few frames later. However, actually we'll go rotate YY. I. And so when we're looking from this angle, we will hopefully see two ships. Perfect. I like it. This is what's going on. I thought you were doing that other animation project. Yeah, I was. But I really got to pull up my socks, even though I'm not wearing any socks, even though it's winter. Try and get this animation done. And this is kind of like the web series, and this is one of the first parts of it. Marco, stop getting distracted with other things, you clown. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. Let's grab that. Can I can. Copy to selected. Nice. Mid-range frigate. Rotate ZZ 180. Rotate YY. But this one won't be moving as fast. So Shift D, duplicate that one. NURBS curve. This is going to be Freighter's curve because I want it slower. And so we're actually going to change this to 2,800 frames. You are going to be following the Freighter's curve. And so it's going to pop in. However, YY, I. Let's go back a bit. GYY, 4,000. I. And so as we're watching, is the idea. Are they moving a bit slow? Are you adding in all the effects with Blender like lasers? Heck yeah. Abso-stinkin-lutely. And that's what I did as I was testing one of the other animations. So yeah, don't you worry. There will be lasers coming in. Okay. Because I actually got a pretty good workflow for those now. Let's do a Shift D. G10. I don't even know where is this other one? GYY. Rotate YY. I think 3 ships should be pretty good. I. Oh, yes. So, how would this look? I'm just going to add in a camera now. And we'll do some quick testaroonies. Control numpad 0. That was a weird sound. So we're not doing anything for the first couple of hundred frames. I'm just going to push these back because I actually want the animation to start almost as they're coming in. The other thing, one of the other big problems is there's nothing in this scene to show speed at the moment. So on a blank screen, it's going to look very bland. So we might maybe add in stuff. Oh yes, look at that. and then they come flying past. Okay, well, let's animate this camera. I'm going to do eye. And then I'm actually going to... Oh, do I make the camera follow the freighter's curb? Oh. Okay, actually, this is what we'll do. First, 300 odd frames. And then we will do something like this. Eye. And then what I'm actually going to do is we'll rotate it around, see if we can find some ships. Okay. Eye. How is that going to look? So we've got this. Let's just kind of auto record. And obviously the camera's moving. Yeah, I've stuffed up the rotation on the last frame, but that's fine. Ooh. Spicy. Should continue on that. Okay, animation. Let's go into the animation graph. Animation graph. Geez, why? I need a good cartoon lava. I look into using Embergen while it's free, as part of Clint's challenge. Yeah, Embergen all the way. So can I? Poopy caca. Let's go. Something like that. All right, I've stuffed up already. That's fine. We'll do this, and we'll do kind of like line that up like so, because now this is all out of whack. Okay, hang on. Can you go up a smidgen? Perfect. And so now we should have that. Let's go here. Zoom up a little bit here. 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 I've lost it. Oh no, here it is. And that's our focus point. These three screeching past. And that'll be kind of like our first shot. Is the camera still moving? No, the camera has stopped moving at 380. That sucks. Can you not? Can you keep going? Let me just bring up all the locations. I don't really care about that, but I do kind of want to guesstimate where you're going. Oops. Ow. About to frame 500. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. So, what is rotating? I'm actually going to delete this keyframe here, which means that everything else is stuffed. So let's go ahead and delete the rotation here, you and you, and you, so that we have something like that. I don't know if this will work. Oops. I think the rotation might be a little bit too much. Can we delete that? because obviously we want to focus on the leader. So now what we can do is, especially if you have done an animation and you don't know if it's okay, Imagen is free until the end of the month. That's right. So I've created this animation. I will actually want to see what it looks like. If I go up into View, Viewport Render Animation, Control S to save, Viewport Render Animation. So now it's going to go through and we're going to see what it actually looks like. I think we need to animate the ships a little bit because this one here, they seem very stuck in their position. So this one here we could probably leave, but it's the other two that we need to start focusing on because like that's just weird. Why'd you only render up to 250? I've missed something. Because then technically I should be able to go into View. Like, no. Render. View Animation. But it didn't render everything out. That's fine. Egu, welcome. Don't need to join challenge to use it though. No. So yeah, you can see how those ships are very static. Wow. The camera is a little bit stiff there. There's a bit of a stiff point. I don't understand why it's not recording everything. So with this ship here, I am going to make it like at this point here, maybe come in and rotate YY. Just so it starts flying a little bit more formation. And so we have that. And then this ship here can actually maybe just come out a little bit wider. And we might give it a small bankaroonie. And so now, go into View Camera, View, Viewport Render Animation. And now that's going to go smash out through the whole animation. Oh, Valentine, welcome to the stream. Mr. Emerger, welcome to the stream. Oh, I got the thing selected. There we go. So now it's rendering all the way through. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. Now let's go into render view animation. Stop. You've done the wrong thing. Render. Idiot. View animation. I know what I'm doing. Donkey. Let's have a look. This ship here needs to be moving a lot more. So I think maybe what we need to do is with this one. Let's maybe go bring it up a little bit. Rotate. Rotate YY. I. Delete. And then you can maybe move forward a little bit. GYY as it speeds up. Rotate YY. Go the other way. I. There you go. So you can see it's come in and now it's rotating around. And then I think this one here, maybe at this point. Hang on. Nope, I was right. Fly that way, mate. The next thing as well, I want to give the camera a little bit of, is it vertical shake or horizontal shake? I think it's vertical shake. What's that? Rotate YY. Nope. Rotate XX. Yep. So then we come over into the X rotation. Select that. Modifiers. Add modifier. We're going to throw in some noise. And obviously at the moment it was like, whoa, my goodness, I'm going to die. Let's go scale 0.1. Strength is 0.01. Scale is 20. So that elongates. So that's way too much. So let's go 0.05. Even that's a bit too much. Let's go 50 on that then. And then the camera's ever so slightly moving. Yes, I've hit 95,000. Finally. Are we any higher? Still on 95. That's fine. We will get there. Do you reckon put some noise on the ship? What if we go copy, and I'm going to select this, rotate on the Z, and we'll go paste. Let's go 10. Strength of 0.25. Okay, copy. It's not the one I wanted. Let's go Y, paste. There we go. Okay, now we got that rotation. Good. 0.1. Beautiful. Let's go with that. And then we'll do that on all of them. Well, Y rotation, pace. However, I am going to offset it a little bit, because then they're not like rotating at the same time. Come here, you. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing here. Let's go Y, paste, off the offset, and then we might go 0.35 as well. So it's a little bit stronger. 0.15. Okay. Now, make sure I've got everything deselected. Viewport render animation. So you can kind of see how we can quickly see what our animation is going to look like. Oh man, these ones are shaking hard. So that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Render, view animation. And now we'll see what it looks like. And we'll just see how much they're shaking. I think they're probably shaking quite a bit. Yeah, that's a bit too much. It's fine. It's all good. And we can quickly, easy fix that. I'm going to change this to 0.1. You can be 0.125. And I think we're all good with that one. Out of interest though, I do want to see what this looks like. I'm just going to bump this up to 0.03. Motion blur, F12. Just you know, just see what it's like. It looks so good. Ships are a little bit too far away. So what does this one look like? And there should be very heavy motion blur on this. Oh, look at that grunge. Mm. What does that look like? Is that too much? And so this is where that problem comes in as well. There's nothing in the background to determine speed. So when we actually go ahead and render this, it might look like that the ships are just floating there and the camera is kind of like going past. So that's something going to have to determine, because it's going to be in space. What does that look like with stars in the background, for instance? So let's go into render view. Object, world. So this is our world. Okay, let's delete that one. We are going into a noise texture, and then that goes into strength. We add in a color ramp. That goes in there. And then we change the scale up to like 500. So you can see how we've got these dots. Actually, no, you can go into there. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. Kicking with gas. And so we're creating our stars. Let's go constant. And then if I press plus and I come in, and then we can add in blue. So we've got like black, blue, white. Kind of works. 1500. So we've got some very small dots there. If I want them brighter, I can actually add in a math node. And then we can do a multiply by 10. And you can see those stars are really popping out. From here, what we can do is I can go Shift D to duplicate. Roughness. Let's not give roughness detail, full detail. Nope. It's kind of stuffing me up then. Let's go undo that. Leave that at 2. Detail can go up on this one. And then I'm going to remove that one. This can pop up into here. We've got user can be black. And then we'll play this one by ear. That's a bit too much. So maybe we might change this to B-spline. So we get kind of like a range. Nope, not B-spline. Linear? Yep. So we get a range of star sizes. Multiply them by 10. Beautiful. And then when we go ahead and go mix color, add these to U and U. Add. We should have multiple colors. What if I delete that one? U and U. And then we could even do one more where we add in yellow suns. I don't know why we've got blue. So let's go that one and we can make that yellow. Why do I not have anything? Go 1. Am I blind? Because I can't do... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. If I go here to here, there's our yellow. Here to here. Add that there. Ah, there we go. All right, now we do 5. All right, so now we can see that we've got white, yellows, and then we can add in a blue as well. It's like, what is going on? And for this one here, we'll go 1300. Roughness, bring that up, and then U can be a blue color. Go away. Let's do now mix U. U go into there. And now we've got blue, yellow, and white. And obviously if we want to turn these down, we can just bring this one down. I want less yellow, more white. Quasi, welcome. There are blue-white stars, very rare. They're in their own space. I'm going to die, not to the grass full speed. What? Anyway, so we now have this sun. Which way's the sun? Sun, where are you? Where is my ship? Oh, I'm all the way down here. Oh. Hang on. Let's go back up to my fighter. Short range. Shift right click. Shift right click. We're going to go Shift S, selection to cursor. So our sun is here. Okay, where's my sun? Where's my 3D cursor? What else? Let's do that. Shift S, selection to cursor. Okay. Let's go something like that. Unfortunately, we go below the camera. I'm going to go strength on the sun to 10. So it's nice and bright. Angle, we drop down. Let's now do a Shift D, scale -1. And then this is going to be kind of like a light blue color. And we'll make this like 1. So now we've got lighting from one direction and then another lighting from below. That's kind of like a planet down there. Future Marco problem. Now when we start looking into this, what does this look like? F12. I don't think it's enough. I can't remember how to do space stuff. There's a specific thing you're meant to do. I have a feeling, because that looks like rubbish, doesn't it? I mean, it's not bad. Am I missing a ship? Where's my... You stupid idiot. Okay, let's go into the animation and let's work out. Let's go into the action editor. That's O1. And then we should have an O2. So I'm going to go Shift D to duplicate that one. And this is going to be our animation 2. And then that's going to put that into place. So even though I deleted it like a moron, I was able to bring it back because the NLA animation didn't didn't delete. You could always add a filling light under the ships and use linking line on it. Yeah, yes. And I think that's going to have to be the way to go. I think for now, I might just go back into kind of like the sky stuff. Just so I have something decent for now. Yeah. Just because this looks way better. And I'll play with that idea afterwards. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to go quickly just render this out. And I'm intrigued. I want to hear what you guys are working on. Where are we at? Oh, 2 seconds. Far out, 2 seconds a frame. My computer's not happy. Calculate 5 times 500. Divide by 60. 20 minutes. We are not doing 20 minutes on this. Let's go. Whoops. Stop. Let's go 50%. Control S to save. Render, render, render animation. Let's see how fast we can do this. CPU is what's slowing me down now. No, wait. Let's try this. With performance, we are going to turn on persistent data. We are now rendering at 2.36 per second. Render animation now. There we go. All right, now we're doing like 18 seconds. 0.18 of a second. So that persistent data, yeah, is really good if you're doing animations. So I'm just going to kind of let this run through real quick. You could always fill line that, yes. You could do a grey background that's only visible for indirect rays. Yes. I think you're right with that one. Lighting is not one of my things. You know, I might just turn that off and let it keep going. Just so it's not rendering the viewport at the same time. Yeah, lighting isn't one of my things. People still using Blender. I joined a few Facebook groups a few years back. Current day, the group have all dried up. It's good to see 3D art isn't dead. Yep. I've been doing the Pornish challenge lately, trying to make a mud monster using fluid dynamics. Oh my goodness, fluid. Oh, so this is the suckiest thing about doing fluid. Fluid in Blender is all run off fluid in Blender is run off one CPU when it's trying to calculate all that, which really sucks. I can't wait for the day for it to be in like calculating by GPU. Yeah, I don't understand why. But I can't. I don't know how to program to save the life of me. So whatever. Dealing with my kid, can't do stuff till later. Yep. I put mine to bed. No, I tucked him in gently. Currently watching my Dachshund pup. It's very cheeky and naughty. Can't do anything until someone else can help me watch the pup. Oh my goodness. I don't mess with nodes too much stuff. Yeah, I don't touch geometry nodes at all. I haven't really had a reason for it. The only time where I really would have needed to use it is probably putting greebles around, a ship or anything, but I've got plenty of add-ons that can do that already. So I'm okay with that. All right, we're blitzing along at the moment, which is great. Obviously, the quality is going to be rubbish, but that's because, our noise threshold is 0.03, max samples is 32, and yeah, whatever. One thing I haven't done is change the depth of the camera, but that's okay. I just want to see what this animation looks like. So obviously we've done the viewport render. It looked quite nice. It looked okay. I use a Vulkan. Yeah, I am. I think I am. I'm pretty sure I am. Let's have a look. Edit, preferences, system, Vulkan. Good, strong like ox. I don't know. Just imagine. That's how they developed it. We need new system. Let's bring in Vulkan. Duh. It is good. All right, come on. Let's go. What are we at? 340 frames. We are at, 50% of 1080p. So what's that? Nothing. But it's more just to get a bit of an understanding of it. Probably later on, depending on how much we do, I'll just render it out in 4K overnight. And then see how that goes. But I'm really happy with how this ship turned out. Over on the Discord community, I've been posting little tidbits as well. And some of you said, no, that's not right. That's not right. And that's great. I love that feedback of that doesn't work. And the explanation, well, sometimes like, no, that just doesn't work. So, for those of you I know spookies around, appreciate that kind of stuff. What the? Oh, that's the edge of the sun. Marco, your Russian is. I know, it's great. I have worked on it. Scottish one's a favourite. speaking with a Scottish accent and speaking Croatian. That's weirded a few people out. Have I done any Russian characters? I think I did it one animation, but that animation wasn't that good. But yeah, that's why now I'm like, let's just kind of get stuff moving in terms of this. One thing I know I need to build is still a helmet for the characters, especially in this front scene, because there'll be a shot of the dude in the pilot seat, and we built that cockpit 2-3 weeks ago. All right, the moment of truth. Does it suck? Viewport, view animation. It's not bad. It's wiggling ever so slightly. I like it. That'll... Can you, and like adding in like that? Oh. Or just like the rushing of wind. The big thing I don't know, and I haven't worked it out yet, is putting like a planet surface now on the ground and getting that kind of like that big shot. I don't know how to do that. You know, looking at like the Earth's surface and all. That I don't know how to do. Are there any other renderers for Blender? Octane, I think, is one. All right, I'm okay with this now. Octane's a renderer, which you could obviously use. But I don't... Nah. And I mean, this looks delicious. So what I reckon now, we would do a Shift S, cursor to selected, Shift A. I'm going to add a camera in, and then we'll do Control P onto that ship. So let's go onto the camera. Oh, hang on. So we've got to create a marker, Control B to bind. Oh, far out, sucker lemon. Control B binds the camera down the bottom. And then let's get that other camera happening. Here-ish. Where's the camera? There it is. Control B now to bind to that camera. Now we've got to reposition this thing. Alt R. Rotate YY. Rotate ZZ. I think this will probably be a 28mm, so it's nice and wide. This is maybe where I need to actually bring in some panels and instruments. And then it's like you're in a cockpit. We'll change this from, let's go 450 up to 800. And then it comes to this camera. we can go I, and then we look out the window, we can see the boys, boys, I, and then we can convert back to here-ish as the big get stuff ship starts appearing in front of us. Where's the big get stuff ship? Is that it there? Oh, there it is. So this camera can't see that far, so we'll increase the scale to 5,000. Let's go Control S to save, and we're just going to go render animation, and we'll see if the ships are actually moving fast enough. Mr. Spock, welcome. Live long and prosper. Mark Popham, I've heard of an add-on where you can get which different renderers, but I forgot the name. Yes, I know what you're saying. I don't know. Because I would just stick with Cycles, because Cycles does me well. It do me well, Jafar. So, I think we've got a problem here. This ship is too far away. Whoops, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, this main ship I think is too far away. This is where we need, if we're doing it in an atmosphere, we need to maybe have a cloud come through where we go through the cloud. Maybe just a, yes, I know, I can, but what does that plate look like? What does the fall off look like? That's my biggest thing. Redshift, Octane, and Arnold, yeah. Yeah, so that's my biggest dilemma, is what does the planet surface look like? Oh, I just punched myself in the nuts. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I was watching skydiver footage as well. I was seeing what can I create. Doesn't need to have a landscape, so on and so forth. Do I use something like World Machine to create a surface? Yeah, I just don't know, and it's really frustrating because I need it because I really like this shot of coming in. So, and I'm like trying to find other add-ons or something, but I mean it's very specific, which is frustrating. So, anyway, I'll work it out. So we're at 650 frames. Not a lot has happened. So I think this is where we go exit and 650. Actually, 650. There we go. So if I do one now and we go render, we go view animation, let it load. And so this is what we got. So the ships come in, a little bit of wibbly wobbly. So at that point there, maybe we disable the wibbly wobbly. Because I can't add in. Back into animation. You can't be that strong. 0.025. And then that'll give us a little bit. This rotation here is too smooth. So we'll go something up here. Actually, I can't see. I can't see. Uh, 800. Ah, okay. This is what's missing. GZ, whoops, GYY, XX. I. And then we've also got here. Maybe there-ish. And then we need to have, yeah, maybe it just slows down a little bit. And then we kind of have that. Nice. Perfect. And then we've got just kind of like that movement of the ship. I think the shakiness is too strong now. Let's go 0.06 on that one. And you can have 0.42. Just whipping out numbers. And then we will do something like that. I. So now we've kind of got the ships moving around, because obviously they're moving around in formation. Perfect. Let's go back into a frame 500. Control S to save, and we'll just do render animation. It'll be pretty quick anyway. Gotta go. Thank you very much. Gas, gas, gas. Too much from the cockpit view. Yep. Insurance. Yeah, bad boys aren't insured. They don't need to be anymore. Okay, so physical celestial objects. Render it as a separate scene, as a HDRI, and use that in your animation. I'm pretty sure I've got that on. I'm pretty sure I've got that add-on. Yeah, we can check that out. So you still, absolutely, I just want it to be done. And this is almost the first shot here. I'm not going to bother about doing the shot of the character at the moment, because I haven't designed the character. The character needs to have a bit of a helmet. What we're going to do from here is, so we've got the ships coming in, cockpit view, and then I think we might put the camera on the outside of the ship next to the laser turrets and just start unleashing. Pew, 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 pew. That's what we're going for. So that's going to be the next 400 frames. 600. Well, all right. And then, yeah. That should be enough. Continue to move the ship around. And then what we'll do is we'll have those ships kind of in view of the camera as it's just unleashing. I've developed an add-on. I'm pretty sure... I don't know. I don't even know if I put that on Patreon. I gotta make a video. You know what? I'm gonna sell that. I don't have any add-ons. I reckon I might sell that one. But I'll put it up on Patreon. But after this, the big ship, that one back there, that's got on Patreon, so you can download that one. So if you want to go check that out as well. What's going on? There's people on Twitch. That's good. There's only 3 people. That's fine. And we've got 27 here tonight. We will be releasing a short after this video on how to make chromatic aberrations. Oh, did I make a thumbnail? No, I should do part 5. Wait. Oh no, I released that video and it died. Someone just joined. Who was that? Liam, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing fantastic. If I do... How do I do this? If I do this. If I do this. And then I do this. 31 seconds. Yes, this is the one. And then as soon as I end the stream, it goes to the next video, which will be released. But out of curiosity, what is everyone actually working on? Can you not? Oh, ploppers. Okay, let's not do that then. What? Oh, no way. Is that my... I mean, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to now... There we go. Okay, I'm back out. Cancel. That sucks. Can't send you to a video. Anyway. Anywho, Marge. Perfect. Done. Modeling, sculpting, no. Viewport, view animation. This is where we're at. Marco, you need to change the thing. Let's go back to frame 1. Control S to save. Viewport, render animation. And let's have a look. Now, obviously, we're rendering at 50% 1080. Okay. That one is stuffed. What the heck happened there? Oh, 0.042. There we go. Control S to save. Then from here, let's go M to create a marker. Shift, let's go camera. Go Control O to change camera and Control B to bind the camera to the next position. From here, let's go ahead and line this up on top of... Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just trying to think what's going to be the best here. Let's go rotate XX, rotate YY. We can see that bit. Oh gosh, let's go. Camera goes to 28. Select that. Control P, parent to object. And then we have that where it just goes pew, 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 pew. And just starts unleashing. Awesome. However, this ship here needs to almost start pulling back. G, Y, Y. Y, 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 Delilah. Because it doesn't make sense for... because I want to be able to see the other ship. And then you, sir, go something like that. And then something like this. Maybe you might still need to move forward a smidgen. Oops. Change that to 800-ish. Change that to 1200-ish. Actually, this is going to have to go to 750. And then so we've got that. This other ship comes in, starts pew pew pewing, and then they all pull up. Rotate XX. Rotate YY. I. And then maybe here as well. I. And then we might rotate YY on that one as well. And just keep that one in view. Oh, and then that's the end of animation. I think you need to come that way, and also GYY. Just move forward a little bit more. Because then we've got. I didn't move it. Oh, geez, GYY. Yep, perfect. I like that. So, now, I've got an add-on that I've developed. Thank you, ChatGPT. How can I get Decal Machine? Through the store. It's probably your best bet. I got it when I was like $5 back in the day. If we go Decal. Dun, dun. There we go. Go there. Check that out. So, let's now. Fun time of laser cans. There. Shift A. Light. No. Empty. Arrow. We need to now line this sucker up. Let's go something like that. And something like this. I'm hungry. I can go burger right about now. Perfect. And then we've got that. Alright. So we now have laser empty. Let's go Shift S, cursor to origin. And then we'll move. We need to create a bullet. So I'm going to go into a cylinder. Way too big cylinder. Let's go scale, Shift Z. Let's do this. Control B to do a bevel. C, so it caps. Scale. Did I go too far? Nope. Sweet. This is bullet. And then let's just move that off to the side. Let's now go into our laser empty. We go into Markham 3D tools. Our source is our laser empty. Our bullet is bullet. Now, big question is, he doesn't spin here. So maybe we might move this ship up. And then kind of comes down. Let's do... Spinning always works. Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. Now, Control S to save, and then this is where we open fire. Fire. Did I not parent the empty? You stupid donkey. Where's my empty? Okay, let's realign that. About there. About there. Control S to save. Control P, parent object. Lovely. So we now have that. Ugh, lade. In the middle. My wife has been missing for over a week, and this morning the police said I should prepare myself for the worst. So I'm heading to the charity shop to get her clothes back. No, thanks, Mike. Alright, so now we are in this, and it can start opening fire about here. Travel distance, amount of frames. I need to travel 4,000 units, and let's go 20. So spawn a bullet. Spawn a bullet. Crud. I forgot to create a material. Let's go bullet material. Select our bullets that we have so far. Copy to selected. Principal BDSF. Let's go with a nice orangey tinge. 20. And so what we're expecting to see, there it is. Oops, it's the wrong way around. Crud. Let's get all these. Rotate YY 180. Rotate YY individual origins. Rotate YY 180. Why are you doing this to me? GXX GZZ. That's a spicy meatball. Control L. You know what? What's the worst that could happen? F12. Let's just see if we can see our little laser. It's all the way down there. So that means our bullet is going too fast, which is fine. Delete that one. U. Let's go 20 frames. I need to go 2,000. So we're halving the speed. Spawn bullet. F12. That decal as well is looking rubbish. Oh, what? Get stuffed. Right click, set origin to geometry. I'm just going to try and get this bullet stinking right. What the freaking heck? Why are you being stupid? Why are you coming out as an angle? I know why. Because the rotation's wrong. Alt R? But the rotation needs to be... Because it goes off ZZ. Rotation ZZ. What? Cool, I don't even know how to use my stinking add-on. Okay, let's test this out. Makes me look like an idiot. Okay, how are we looking now? It's coming out crooked. Why are you coming out crooked, you jerk? Zero. Delete. Unless it is crooked. Let's go like that. Come back 20 frames. Because the bullet's crooked. Yeah, marker. What are you doing, you donkey? It's good enough there. Okay. Now, let's get back into what I was doing. Where's my empty? It's a camera. Mark on 3D. Spawn. Much better. Sure, that's a little bit wrong. Perfect. It's giving us what we need. Pew! F12. Because of physics. All right. Beautiful. And so now, GYY, XX, whatevs. Let's just do this. I'm just going to move it over. A little bit more. A little bit more down. And then when is our first bullet? At 955. Go roughly near there. And then we can go, and we're just unleashing. Oops. Let's go F12. That sucks. That's fine. Okay. Let's now go over to the other side. There we go. Put you there, sunshine. Can't see it. GYY. GY. GY. GX. Excellent. And then we do the same thing again. And it's just cool. just an onslaught of bullets there. Let's now go into one last turret. And then we will see if it blends. About here-ish. Just trying to randomize how much the bullets are coming out. Okay, so Control S to save, render animation. Now, I got a feeling that there is too much decal stuff on side of the wing. That's fine. Future market problem. Let's just go smash this out. Reverse, welcome. Yeah, the plasma cannon's got too much plasma, and it's plasmaing about. I don't know. Once. Then what I can do now is I've still got two other ships, and we can attach all our laser beams onto them. I love this greeble. I think that's great. I mean, greeble. Decal, a little bit too strong though. Which is interesting because like on when the sun is bright and on top of it, it's really washed out. So we might have to change that. So another 100 frames until the lasers start coming out. So it's going to be interesting because each ship's going to have 4. So how are you planning to handle the audio elements? That sounds like a future market problem. Do you have any pets? Absolutely not. No freaking way. Purely because I like to travel back home, back to where I'm from. And yes, enough that. Do the kids bug me? Yes, they do. Do I care? A little bit. But no, I have no intentions. If I need a pet, I will go pet the kangaroos or the snakes. I never posted that one. Oh no, I did show you guys the giant rats. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Australian. What? What is this sorcery? It's true. I know. So if I go into media types, let me see. Here we go. Here's my giant rats. If I go here, look at that. I did my daughter's hair so nice. Look at these. Look at them. So, life in Australia. Get out of here, you giant rats. And they're small, those ones. So, life in Australia. And this was only... Get out of here, you giant 10 rats. 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. So, yeah. Giant rats. Put you back over there. But yeah, audio, I don't know. I've done the audio before where I just went pew, 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 pew. And then done stuff with the wavelength, waveforms. It worked. Alright, here we go. The bullets are coming. So interesting enough, they're not coming out fast enough. They're not coming out fast enough. So might have to do a few passes over it. And I think that's because it's 20 frames. Yeah. I spent 6 months in Australia. Most of it was spent in the far north of WA. Yuck. It's like the other side of the world for us. Get out of here, WA. They're like 2 hours behind us. Bunch of jerks. I hope Perth people aren't watching. For those of you who don't know, Felicia White's from Perth. Oh, from WA. So I would like to go ahead and probably add in explosions and such. Wait a minute, it's not Sunday. No, it's Tuesday. And whenever I release a video, it normally sucks. So I might as well do a live stream. Makes my life a little bit easier. All right, we are getting there. I've seen a few mistakes where there's 2 bolts have come out at the same time, which is okay. Do you get snakes at your place? Praise the Lord, I haven't had any snakes come to our place, but we do have a nature reserve not too far. I've only seen once, actually twice, a snake. And like the first time I saw it, I've been here now for 17 years where I am. I was riding along with my son on the bike, and I saw a stick on the ground, And I looked down at my like handlebars for a sec, and the next thing I knew is that stick was like in the air, and I'm like, that stick moved really weird. And then it wasn't until I rode past and halfway down the hill, I'm like, oh my goodness, that was like a giant brown snake. Died. Sick it's a win for work morning. You're my radio DJ. Nice. I have been listening to 2025 Eurovision because I completely forgot about it. There's always something in the render that needs adjusting. Exactly. And this is why I'm rendering at 50%, 32 frames a second. Like, yeah. But it's more to kind of, oh, hiccups. It's more around to try and get that going. Oh, am I jittery? No, I'm okay. Cool. I was just looking. All right. We're almost done. Last little bit. For some reason, there was a final shot that went off. All right. Shut up now. Let's have a look at the full animation. Now, there is another shot that I want to add, but that's a future marker problem. View animation. Let's have a look. That's going to go through the 1200 frames and then kind of like cache those frames. Nice. I like that. There's a little bit of a camera problem there. That guy's shaking hard, but we fixed that now. Oh, yes! Oh my goodness. Amazing. Hang on, I'm going to change that back down to 800. Need to stop it from shaking so much. Whatever. Okay, view animation. View animation. That did look delish. And then, yeah, get the explosions happening. Pew, 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 pew. And then that one's shooting. And then we've got the third ship as well. It's weird, though. I wonder why. It's like a weird rotation because... Is it the camera that's shaking? Smooth out the shake, yeah. Yeah, I think definitely shake. That's a problem. Other than that, it looks okay. So definitely, if we go into animation, user, scale, you're going like 30. I want ever so slight on that one. East Manchester. Oh, I don't know what the Manchester accent is. Should know. Yeah, and then some epic music going out. Gunfire galore. And then it'll be nice to have a shot from that ship of the turret moving up and oh. Anyway, that's a feature marker shot. Then what we can do. So we've got that. So we've turned that down. Turn around. Now we can go here. Shift D. And before we forget, where are the cannons? Cannons are like here. Oh, there they are. See them. And we're looking at these ones over here. That one there. Want that one. Perfect. And so now we go Control P, parent to object, keep transformation. Perfect. And then as we kind of scrub through, see, I was thinking that we might not have done enough. Welcome 3D Tools. Yep. Start unleashing, mate. Oops. Undo the last few. Because you're not shooting into space, mate. And then we do here. And then we move this gun across. G. Put you there. Good enough. And then we do bam, 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 bam. And then we bring it back up. Period key. Uh-oh. Oh, no, that's fine. And then we do laser empty. Wait a minute. Why is there... Oh, no. Ah, crud. Oh, no, it's... Ah, crud. I added in too many lasers now. Ah, you donkey. So we'll change that to this now. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Pew, 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 pew. And then we bring it up. Laser empty. 01. Let's now go G. And then we do pew, 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 pew. And then we bring it back up. Just adding a hail of gunfire. That's all it is. Then we'll do it over here. Oops. Let's just bring that down. Bring that up. We're not really going to be seeing this. Pew, 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 pew. And then we'll bring it back up. Laser 1. Whoops, that's a little bit off. It's fine. You should be off-putting. And then we do some more gunfire. And then Control S to save. Last render for tonight. Let's go render animation. I just want to see what this bit looks like and see if we're cooking goals. Miss Bar, let me come back. 87. Oh, I was like 87, my wife. My wife. 17 years of Scottish. All right, fellas. Hey. Stephen Scott. All right, fellas. Hey. It's getting late. It's like 11:45. This is one of my kids lives now in your end. This is fun. I built stuff all over Glasgow. All right. Till I switched to 3D. A vacation in Edinburgh. I was there in 2009 or 8. It's 20 then. I was a little bit older. Mark, I headed up here. I used to live in Rotham for years at 17. I don't know. The main reason why I wanted to go to Scotland was to see the grass. I know that sounds so stupid. It's ridiculous. But the green grass is absolutely stunning when you're going through the northern Highlands of Duncan MacLeod or the Clyde MacLeod, whatever Highlands. Beautiful. Loved it. And also the walls, the rock walls. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, that was one of my favourite parts. Going through the Lake District. You never know. One day you might come back here. For grass. I do have a Jimmy hat somewhere. Oh, it's in the other room. But I've still got my Jimmy hats. it's almost old enough to drive. Actually, my lightsaber is old enough to have a home loan now. Yeah, one of the original lightsabers. It's too far back. Gave me a black eye once. True story. Yes, the grass is a very specific shade. Yep. The Roman wall. Is it though? I'm more thinking about, the ones on the farm walls. Marco, we have grass in Birmingham. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. Oh, man. What am I doing myself? So, what I will say is that is the wrong video. I will be posting this after the stream. Shorts. If you're new to the channel as well, subscribe up the top somewhere. This one. Chromatic aberration. Da, da, da. Make sure you go like that. Is it still going or did it die? Uh-oh. Blender? Hang on. It's had a heart attack. And Blender's dead. I killed Blender. Just standard walls. Tiny walls. I don't know. It's the farming walls with the rocks. And you never don't pick up a rock unless you're going to put it back down. No, wait. No, don't pick up a rock. It's all right. I saved it. It's fine. Don't pick up a rock. No, if you pick up a rock, you put it down in the wall. Space animation. Oh man, it's so tight. Okay, let's go render. We're going to change this to 100 1000. Render animation. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Just 200 more frames. 5 frames a second. Maths is going. On the fences. Yeah, on the fences. The thing with the bing, bada boom. Yeah, if anyone's got a solution on creating kind of like the ground, love to hear it. You know what'd be awesome is if this ship exploded. That would be cool. That would be sick. Okay, come on. We're almost there. But yeah, what's happening? What else is going on tomorrow night? I don't know what video is coming out. I should probably make something because the turret video is done. The 5 series. Yeah, I gotta work out stuff that can get more views. Anyway. Bish bosh. Kakalash. Actually, it might be an Omniverse video. I think I might start touching that again. Very briefly, though. I'm trying to get certified in using OpenUSD, which is actually really cool. Blender kind of does it, but not to the extent of OpenUSD. Because you know how we can link blend files together? And then that's it. You can't edit it. Once you link like an USD file to another USD file, you can edit that USD file in that scene, but it doesn't destroy the previous scene. So you can always restore and go backwards. I think this is going to look great. I'm excited. 800. Control S to save. We're almost there. Almost there. Yo, pull up. Almost there. Wow, see? We got 33 people. That's not too bad. Okay, come on. Almost there. And then we'll do a high quality rent. No, I got to work out what to do with the ground. I don't have a solution. A solution. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Now we're going to go into edit, render. We're going to view the animation. They're shooting in the same spot, which is a little bit frustrating, but that's where all the like little explosions come in. But if we have a look at the whole scene now, view animation. I think having those lasers come back, I think will look amazing. It's alright, we've fixed that problem now. Yeah, definitely once the laser starts shooting backwards, I think that'll be great. That camera there needs to come down and up rather than going straight to that point. Let me fix that up. So we need this camera. So you need to come down a little bit first. Yeah, just something like that. Let's go G. Just expand that out a little bit. Way too. G, move that over. Here-ish. Get stuffed. That's stupid. A little bit back here. Might have to actually edit that. Because it needs to be have that. Whoop. Actually, no. Let's do this, this one here. And then we've got kind of like that looking up, moving the head ever so slightly. Nice. Rains here constantly. Going to work, the next part of my landing pad area today. Nice. Go check that out. Spooky's channel. Go check out Spooky's channel. I'm going to render this out at full quality. I just got to work out what the ground looks like. I don't know how it works. But I might have to watch some skydiving videos and try and work that out backwards. Because obviously I can put an image here as we're looking down. That's fine. But I love this transition of it coming down. That's what I want. And obviously coming from atmosphere down towards ground. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, what are your render settings? Very weak at the moment, purely because I'm trying to render fast. But this will probably be max samples will probably go up to 128. Noise threshold will be 0.01, I think. Denoise, hey, you're meant to be OptiX. Make sure that we've got motion blur turned on, performance, and we've got persistent data on that. And then later on, we can obviously add in a bit more. So I'm going to go release that short now. It is now public. Please go watch the short. Give it a thumbs up. Watch it to the end. And we'll go from there. All right. I need to run. It's almost midnight. I'm going to go to bed. Probably won't. I'll probably relax with something. And I will see you again whenever. Have a great evening.